And so yeah, two things. Have as much fun as you can and work as hard as you can. Is everyone all set? Okay, here we go. Let's get started. First thing I want you to do is let's focus on grip. So what I want you to do is point your stick at the camera or point your stick at me, and then all I want you to do is lay it straight down. And when you lay it down, what's going to happen here is you're going to tell me what type of grip that you have. My blade is not resting on the backhand. It's not resting on the forehand, but it's right down the middle. You do the same. Point it at me and then put it right down onto the ground. This is the first thing that we always try to focus on, is a good strong grip. Some people, they point their thumb to the side. And if their thumb points to the side, if you can see mine right now is pointing to the side, then these last two fingers can't properly grip our hockey stick. And when we try to grab something and we want to throw it, if I want to throw this puck, then I would not have an open palm, but I would close that palm so that I can get a good strong grip. Our blade does not have any fingertips, but if I rotate my wrist, then look what also rotates, my blade. And when I want to grab a puck, how we're going to do it is rotate our wrist and cup the puck on the forehand. It's almost like I'm shadowing it on the forehand, and then on the backhand side, I shadow it on that side as well too. So that's the best way for us to be able to establish a grip, and that's how I want you to think about it. You were not born with a hockey stick. You were not born with a puck, but I want you to pretend, and I want us to stick handle so comfortably that the stick is like an extension of our arm, and it's nice and comfortable. And I want this puck to feel like it's a part of our body as well too. That's how comfy I want you to be as you're stick handling. I had a ton of speed when I was growing up, lots of speed, but I had really bad hands at that speed. And it wasn't until I got older that I actually learned how to break down the mechanics of handling a puck with top hand, supporting it with bottom hand, using my full body coordination, using my legs, having my head up so I could see the ice really well. All of that stuff is really important. Okay, let's get back to it. Point your stick at me, place it down. It's not on the backhand, it's not on the forehand, it's right down the middle. And the proper grip is thumb points down. If your thumb points down just like mine, then you have 4 fingers and a thumb properly grabbing that stick. This is the single most important thing to hockey when you're gripping your stick and you want to shoot or stick handle. If your thumb points to the side, if our wrist is already turned over, then we're starting with a weak grip. It's like you're a Ninja Turtle with a thumb and only 2 fingers. Point that thumb down and establish that grip. Everyone start rotating your wrist. You can kind of wave your stick around. And this is how we rotate our top hand. Everyone show me, put your hand behind your back and show me how to stick handle with just one hand. And what I want you to do is cup the puck. Rotate your wrist, cup it on the backhand, rotate your wrist, cup it on the forehand. Go ahead and do that right now. That's really good. I'm seeing everyone's doing that. Everyone watch. Why are we doing this? Here's the reason why. When I don't rotate my wrist over, look at my blade right now. Half of the blade is not even on the ice. So it's like you're stick handling with a blade that's actually only this big. When I rotate my wrist over, look at this puck. Look at my blade. I can now get my entire blade on the ice. Well, how about on the backhand side? It'll be a little bit different, but it's essentially the same thing. We rotate to the backhand side, and now pretty much the entire blade is on the ice. So it just helps me get a firmer grip, and it helps me get more grip from my blade. And remember, our blade is going to be like a hand to us. So when I rotate it, it's like I'm getting that grip. Everyone, let's go back to it. Show me one-handed, and now show me as fast as you can go with one hand. That's about as fast as I can go, which is not too quick. Okay, now our top hand controls the puck. So if I wanted to control the puck, I can do so with one hand on my stick, and it's always going to be my top hand. So as a lefty, it's going to be my right hand. If you're a righty, then it would be obviously your left hand. You can control the puck with one hand, your top hand, the entire time. What is the use of the bottom hand? The bottom hand does not initiate the rotation. That's the top hand's job. If our top hand rotates, then our bottom hand, what is it used for? It's used for speed and support. It supports whatever's happening with the top hand. This is as fast as I can go with one hand. This is as fast as I can go with 2. I'm more comfortable. My hands are faster, and obviously everything that my top hand wants to do, my bottom hand is supporting it. Everyone show me how to stick handle with 2 hands. I'm watching right now. First thing that comes to mind, a lot of players are in an unathletic hockey stance. So what does that mean, and why is that important? If you push me right now, it's unlikely I'll fall too much. But if you push me right now, it's like I'm a skinny maple tree in a big tornado storm. When you're playing hockey, it's an aggressive game. This is why we love it so much. At the bottom of our skates, we have those blades that are only this thin. They're almost as thin as knives. One on the inside edge, one on the outside edge, and they're very, very thin. We cannot be skating in a very dynamic game where there is body checking, there's turning and changing direction and everything, and we can't be doing that all from a skinny stance. We have to be wide, like a thick oak tree, and we need some roots. So actually place weight through your legs, through your calves, through your feet, and then actually transfer it into the ground. What I want you to be doing right now is look at my legs, I'm wide, and all you're gonna do is lift up heels. So as you stick handle, you're gonna be stick handling and you're gonna get a little bit of a bounce to your step. And all I want you to do is basically lift up your heels. So everybody, let's start. Top hand rotates, bottom hand supports those motions. And now let's start using our legs. When the puck's on my forehand side, as a lefty, I place weight on my left leg. As it comes to my backhand side, I place weight on my right leg. We would never do this, arms, then legs. We would never do this, legs, then arms. They have to be exactly synchronized and coordinated. Even if you're like this, hands then legs, even if it's a little bit off, it's going to affect your stick handling. Now there is some times where we would have my weight on my right leg and the puck would be on my forehand. We would definitely do that and we'd counteract the coordination. But right now, let's keep them coordinated. So everyone go ahead and do that with me. Top hand rotates still, bottom hand sweeps, and now I want you to use your legs. Everyone look at my legs from this side view. I just lift up that heel. Lift up that heel, and now even though that toe is lifted and I've got most of my weight on this leg, I've still got a nice bounce to my step. I've got a spring. Hockey players can't be just thick and wide. They've also got to be very springy. They got to be quick on their toes, and so we always need to be in that position. Everyone go ahead and stick handle from this position. Let's see it. Beautiful. Can you try something for me? Instead of lifting up your heels, can you now lift up your toes? So now look at this. Lift your toes. Good. So this would be a stance, wide and low. Look how wide I am. This is basically, if I was on the ice, this is the stance that you would see me in. I'd be sitting down in a wide chair and look at my shoulders. Here are my shoulders, and my legs are wider than those, and my legs are nice and low. Here's a trick that maybe a lot of you don't know. The lower you get to the ground, the friendlier the puck is down there. The puck loves it when you get down to its level. If you can get down to its level, the best stick handlers in the world get down here. So basically, this is gonna be hard to do, but you gotta regulate yourself, because if I were there with you right now, I'd be doing this. I'd be pushing your hip to make sure that you're wide and low. And if you've ever been on the ice with me before, I know there's a few players that have signed up and you've been on the ice with me before, and I've pushed you before, and if I've knocked you down, that's on you. That's up to you to be nice and wide and nice and low. I love pushing kids down, yeah. One of my favorite things to do, as long as no one gets hurt. Okay, everyone, when we stick handle, the very last thing to stick handling is we can't be a dumb hockey player in the sense of this. Have incredible hands, nice bottom hand support, nice full body coordination, a nice spring to the step. We look like athletes, but then all of a sudden our head is down. It's so important. Imagine a basketball player who's dribbling like this and looking at their ball. Even more ridiculous, imagine a baseball player winding up to throw their baseball, but as they're winding up, instead of looking at their target, they're looking at their baseball. It would be ridiculous. It would be equally ridiculous if we stick handle and we actually look at our puck. Right now, I can see my puck, my bookshelf, bunk beds, my table here, right here, and a couple pucks over here. That's all I can see pretty much. Right now, I can see everything that's going on in front of me. I can see, I've got a ton of peripheral vision. Peripheral vision means what? I'm looking directly at you right now in the eyes, and I can see there's my puck right there. And as I'm stick handling, I can see my puck. I'm focusing on it, but I'm not staring at it. So as we're stick handling, go ahead and stick handle. But now this time I want you to keep your head up. Beautiful. I love it. Nice job, everybody. Everyone, you've just learned how to stick handle, and those are the fundamentals to stick handling. Excellent work. Now let's start to develop a little bit of speed. Everybody, I want you to imagine as if you're actually shooting. I want you to flex your stick, and I want you to sweep. Listen to this sound. Sweep. This is my basement, so I'm not too worried about it. And if you've got synthetic ice, then that's all the better, or if you're on the ice, all the better. But I'm actually placing weight into my hockey stick as I sweep. And that's what I want you to do. I want you to place weight into it. If you were stick handling like this, and you had a nice smooth hands, and you looked really good, and you got poke checked, even just a small little poke check, you could lose puck control. And that's we obviously don't want to do that. We want to have two things. One, we want to establish a grip so that the blade and the puck are nearly attached the entire time. If I do this to you right now, and I said, try to grab this puck, you'd obviously try to grab it while it's in the air. You could grab it pretty easily, but when it's in my hand, you're gonna have to pry that thing out of my hand. And it's the same thing as we're stick handling. Watch this. We want very little separation between blade and puck. There's no separation right now. Watch this. Tons of separation. Too much all over the top. Too much over to my forehand, to my backhand. Now watch this. As I'm stick handling, I am barely super slow-mo skimming the top before I flip it to the backhand. Check this out. It almost looks like they're attached. Show me how to stick handle like this. Keep them attached even as you come over the top. Very good. Now you can do the same with toe drags. You can do the same by doing backhand, throwing it into your back pocket. If we slip it and we kind of let go of it, we want to maintain control, and so we want to try to keep blade and puck attached. Now here's the next thing. Remember what I was saying if you got poke checked. If you get poke checked from this position where there's limited separation, if there's separation and you get poke checked, that puck is flying down the ice, even if it's a very light poke check. If it flies down the ice, now all of a sudden that's anybody's puck. But when it's on my stick, that baby's mine, okay? And we want to obviously keep puck control. When we're stick handling, why are we working on our stick handling skills right now off of the ice while we're not on the ice? I know some of us are, which is great too. But when we're in a game, we need to have these incredible hands so that once we are in a game and everyone else wants possession of our puck, we're not going to allow them to take it away from us. We can battle it out in the corners. We can skate at lightning speed. We can turn, we can stop. We can do everything that we need to do, but we can do it while maintaining puck possession. Here are your three things: puck handling, puck possession, and puck protection, being able to protect it. Here's one of the best ways that you could protect your puck from poke checks. Remember that limited separation that I wanted you to do? Now, I want you to add a slight little micro bend into your stick, as if you're flexing your stick, like for a shot. Now watch this. Flex, flex, flex. It's very small. You don't have to over-exaggerate it. And when we're stick handling, sometimes our hands are so quick that it doesn't seem like we're flexing our stick much. You see some of the best stick handlers in the NHL or pro women's players, and their hands look lightning quick, very, very fast. And it's unlikely that you see how much weight they're actually putting into it. But in a game, you need that weight, even if you're stick handling super quick. Add a little bit of weight into your hockey stick as you're stick handling. You don't have to go too fast. All I want is control. Control, control, control. Everyone get wide, get low, bend your knees, and look like an athlete. Everyone look at me right now. Imagine Sidney Crosby doing this compared to this. This is what he looks like. He's always down there, wide and low. The puck loves it when you get down to its level. Just sit with me just for a sec. I'm gonna talk for 1 minute. In the same way I got you doing this, sweeping it, I want you to add that same flex. This time, I want you to imagine as if you're shooting the puck. If I were on the ice right now with you, I would do this, and I'd fire the puck way down the ice. And I would ask you, have you ever seen anybody skate that fast before? And then everyone would say, no, definitely not. As fast as we can move the puck, no one can skate that fast. The best players in the world are the fastest and the best puck movers. That includes passing, and that also includes quick hands. The best puck movers and the fastest players. The game is all about speed. If I do this to somebody who's in front of me, let's pretend my bunk bed's right here is somebody. If I do this to somebody, they might be able to poke check that at any time as I move it from my front pocket of my forehand to the front pocket of my backhand. But if I do this, and I do it as fast as I can, and then I bring it to a quick stop, it's very unlikely someone's going to be able to steal that away from me because my hands are so bloody fast. And that's how fast I want yours to be. The next thing that we're working on is fast hands. We are going to move from front pocket on the forehand side to front pocket on the backhand side. I'm wearing shorts that have pockets. Here's my front pocket. Here's a quadrant. And in this quadrant, in this square, that's my front pocket. Whenever I'm stick handling here, front pocket forehand, front pocket backhand, back pocket. I am also wearing these shorts. These don't. Some shorts or some jeans or whatever. If your mom or probably your dad, if your dad ever wants to, maybe your dad's pretty cool and he's not going to do this, but when dads were not as cool as they are now, they used to put their wallets, their big thick wallets, a wad of cash in their back pocket, and it always made them feel safe because it's on their butt and it's nice and safe. And what I want you to do is, as you are stick handling, I want you to think about whenever the puck is in that back pocket, it's in a safe spot, and we're going to put ours into a safe spot too. This is obviously backhand, back pocket, and this is forehand, back pocket. Okay, front pocket, forehand, front pocket, backhand, back pocket, backhand, back pocket, forehand. And whenever it's back there, it's well protected. We'll get into back pocket later. Everyone show me, this is the drill. The puck is moving from forehand, front pocket, to backhand, front pocket. And what I want you to do is sweep it. Flex your stick. Make a sweep. The sweep should be long. Can you hear that? Loud, but also quick. So I want it to be quick, and then I want you to bring it to a dead stop. Listen to this sound when I stop it. You're hearing two things. You're hearing a snap to the backhand, but then you're also hearing this. Watch this leg. I'm barely picking up my foot off the ground, and I'm coming down with weight onto it. The wider you are, the better. Here's the drill. Put the puck in the forehand, bring it to the backhand. Puck in the forehand, bring it to the backhand. How fast can you go? I want it to be so fast that we can't even see the puck. It's like a blur if we were to check the footage back. Everyone show me now backhand side. And so now if you're a lefty, you're gonna lift up your left foot barely and slam it down. Everyone look, the same way I would be doing this, doing a backhand sweep shot. I want you to sweep it in that same manner. And now bring it to your forehand. Go ahead, do it. Fast. Stay wide and stay low. How fast can you move your hands? I'm watching, I'm watching, I'm watching. Let's see it. You're basically slamming your heel into the ice. When you slam our heel into the ice, you know what that does? It gives us roots, and it gives us some spring. That's another thing. Don't just use the speed of your hands, but push off of this leg and spring as you stomp and come to a full stop on the backhand side. We need a little bit of a spring to our step. Hockey players, quick, 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 as well as powerful. This is what we call fast hands. And now we're gonna get nice and wide. I don't have enough width, and if you don't either, then don't worry about it. I have enough width only if I turn my body. And so maybe you might need to just adjust yourself, and that's totally fine. Move, and whatever space you have, even if it's a small living room or whatever, just use the space that you have. This time, we are now gonna slide our hands together and apart. The reason why we're gonna do this is it's gonna add us a little bit of distance so that in case I need to show the puck to a defenseman, does anyone know what showing the puck is? It means this, if I have the puck here, this is clearly my puck, but if I do this to you, what I'm doing is I am showing the puck. I am tempting you to go ahead and steal it. And now I'm pulling it back, taking it away, and saying bye, and then I get out of there. These are great for dekes. When I want to move the puck from front pocket to back pocket, if I have to sometimes show the puck a little bit more on that side, then here are the two ways to show it a little bit further. One, the wider and the lower you get, the further you can reach. I can reach really far once I get really wide and low. The second way is by sliding our hands. You're gonna do this, hands together. You're gonna slide your hands apart when it's in the middle of your body. And then you're gonna slide your hands back together to go out wide. Apart, together, apart, together. And this lesson, so this is called wide hands, wide stick handling. Watch my bottom hand. It slides way down. When I'm doing this, it adds that extra little bit of width, and it also allows me to work on my tucks. What is a tuck? Everyone know what a toe drag is? A toe drag, I put the blade on the toe of my blade and I sweep it back. Normally, the puck and the blade stay attached, 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 attached as I make that motion. This is called a tuck, where you detach it. And what you do is meet it on the other side. Normally we would use a tuck if I wanted to move the puck from front pocket forehand into back pocket backhand. Watch my tuck. I'm gonna slide my hand down and I'm gonna tuck it and then I'm gonna meet it over there. This might be a nice move where I fake left, tuck it, go right, and say see you later. Everybody, a tuck essentially means there's a little bit of separation before you regain puck control. I'm gonna show it just so you can see it. Hands together, hands apart, hands come back together. Watch my hands, slide, slide, slide. Don't be afraid to slide it all the way down, nearly to the blade. And now watch this. If you really want some width, slide, slide, and tuck it. Good. Two things are happening when I'm sliding it on my forehand side. Yes, I'm sliding my bottom hand down, but watch my top hand. I'm also snapping it down. If I do that, it'll add that extra, watch this. If I just snap my wrist down, watch this puck. I can make it move. But now if I combine it with two more things, a slide of the bottom hand and a spring with the legs, now that puck can go way faster, as fast as what you did it with the snap of the wrist. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna work on adding, we're gonna go front pocket, and what I want you to do is I want you to stick handle. This time I want you to move it up and down. Instead of going left to right or front pocket forehand to front pocket backhand, I want you to do it all on the forehand side. So now, this time you don't have to slide your hand if you don't want to. In fact, I actually want you to keep it there. And this time I want you to go up and down on the forehand side. What's important here is that my toes are facing you and I'm not turning to face my puck. My toes face you, and now all I'm doing is going up and down. Look at my legs. I've got a bit of a bounce to my step still. I'm still rotating my wrist. I'm still sliding that bottom hand. I'm still adding a little bit of a flex. I'm still having very little separation between puck and blade. Everyone, show me that same thing on the backhand side. Toes face you. My top hand, if I were to face this way, is actually, top hand is almost into my butt or into my hip, but obviously it's off of my body. Everyone, this is how we take pictures. This is how we play hockey. Arms off the body. You can, if you want, show me your big bicep muscle and then turn it upside down and then grab your stick. This window right here, this is how we play hockey. We stick handle with that window. We pass with that window. As soon as that window is gone and that top hand goes into your belly button, then we have limited control and I can't flex my stick properly. If I wanted to flex my stick with my top hand in my belly button, I can't flex it very much. I can't put a lot of weight into it. But as soon as I pop my top hand out and I have a window here, now I can flex my stick very well. This is how we take pictures and how we rest. This is how we play hockey. That's our stance always. So now from that same position, arms off the body, go up and down on the backhand side. Keep your toes facing me, get a bit of a bounce to your step, and move that puck quick. If you want, you can even do one-offs, where it's not back and forth, but it's just a one motion. Whoops, there it goes underneath the Christmas tree. Or one-off from back pocket to front, front to back, back to front. You can do one-offs, or you can get a bit of a bounce to your step going and go back and forth. Don't be afraid to lose the puck. Don't be afraid to have such fast hands today in your practice that your hands get so fast that all of a sudden in a game they're faster and they're quicker because you were practicing it at that speed. We don't want to practice too slow because we'd just be focusing on the technique. Right now, we want to focus on technique, but we also want to add a little bit of speed to it. Every level of hockey that we play, things get faster and faster and faster. From in front of your body, quick hands, in tight. I've got tiles on my floor here. Here's a square, and I'm gonna try to stick handle within that square. That's how tiny I want it to be. Look at my blade. It is doing this. Rotating between forehand and backhand. The best stick handlers in the world, watch this top hand, they do this. That's what it looks like. Their wrist goes like this, and their blade is snapping back and forth. Show me like that. Don't be afraid to lose the puck. Don't be afraid to smack the ground a few times and actually miss the puck. All we're gonna do is develop our quick hands. Sometimes we go so fast that it's out of control, and as long as our technique is quite good, then slowly but surely we can get our technique back. Let me tell you a quick story. If you want, you can keep stick handling, or you can stop and take this as a quick break. I'm only gonna talk for a second. There's this one guy, I can't remember his name, but I used to play hockey with him when I started playing like men's league. He was actually really good. I still play in a men's league right now, and it's with a bunch of buddies that I used to play hockey with. They're a few years older than me, or there's even a few younger guys that we play up against, and they're all really good. They've all played like really good hockey. And there's this one guy, he looked really choppy when he skates. His stick handling looked even choppier. Who's ever heard of stone hands? This might be a version of stone hands, where it's very, very loud and sounds like you're clashing and thundering into the ground. This guy, when he stick handled, that's how his hands sounded. His skating looked very choppy. But I'm gonna tell you something. No one could take the puck off of this guy. Why? When we got back to the dressing room, he took his shirt off in the dressing room, and the guy had these big, huge shoulders, huge arms, big forearms. He had so much weight going into his stick that despite the fact that his hands didn't look quite good, he had so much weight into them. You couldn't take the puck away from him. Guys were poke checking him, and he just like withstood the checks, and he just kept putting weight into his stick. And it looked ugly, but man, was it effective. It worked. So as you're stick handling, don't be afraid to add a little bit of that weight. It's okay to make noise, but let's just not look too ugly as we do it. Boom, 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 like this. Keep a nice smooth technique. Keep it in tight, but add a little bit of flex. Everyone watch now. Point your toes forwards. Put the puck into the forehand side front pocket and show me 1, 2, 3 on the forehand. Bring it to the backhand front pocket. 1, 2, 3 on the backhand. 1, 2, 3 on the forehand. 1, 2, 3 on the backhand. Make sure you keep your head up. Head up as we go. Head up. I can see my puck. It's clear as day. That's my peripheral vision. I don't have to look at it. I know what's happening down there. Maybe if I lose it and I can't see it in my peripheral, I can look down, but then you get your head right back up. That's the rule to stick handling. Remember the baseball analogy? I don't have to look at it when I throw it. I can look at my target and then release. So when we stick handle quick, we always try to stick handle when the puck is on the heel of our blade. Everybody now, place the puck into the back pocket, and I don't want you going up and down, but I want you going side to side still, but now in tight quick. Forehand side, back pocket, side to side. Look at how much I have to pop my hand off my body to go side to side. Okay, good. Now, hey, now go up and down. Now go forward and backwards. The puck can be right beside you on your forehand, and now up and down the ice, which means up and down, not side to side. And now this time, stick handle in tight. Show me that on the backhand side. Let's begin by going side to side, backhand side, side to side, on the heel. Ooh, all right, sometimes my hands look pretty good, and they look good just now. In tight, in tight, in tight, side to side. Okay, now, hey, I'm still wide, I'm still low. I've rotated my torso, I've rotated my trunk so that I'm still nice and solid, but it's in my back pocket. Imagine there's a player right here, and imagine I have to stick handle, control it, and now bring it back and maybe beat that player and try to protect my puck. Last one, and then we'll take a quick water break. I want you to go up and down now. On the heel, remember it's on the heel. And why are we doing that? Because we want it in tight and we want it nice and quick. In tight and quick. Everyone look at me. If my toes are facing this way, watch my hands are off my body. Attached to my hip, off of my body. Go ahead, in tight, in tight, in tight, in tight. Great. Everyone, grab your water. Everyone, the next thing that we're gonna focus on is putting our body out of balance. The best way to improve our balance, remember when we skate, if I had my skates on, we were stick handling on this tiny little thin blade. It's amazing what us hockey players can do on these tiny little thin blades. I've met some players. Once I did a camp in Kazakhstan and they were so amazed at what I was able to do on skates. They're like, this guy's pretty much floating on water, one of the guys said to me. And I thought about it, I'm like, this is like, we're from Canada. So I'm like, this is just what we do, we skate. And I never really thought about it. But what we can do is quite miraculous. Now think about this. I would say hockey players are some of the best athletes in the world because we can skate at lightning speeds. It's one of the fastest sports, if not the fastest sport in any sports. What we can do at speed, but then also we're not just using our legs, we're using our hands in coordination with our legs. We get to use a hockey stick, which allows us to shoot, pass, it's a team sport, stick handle, body check. Everything that you're doing, all of those dynamic skills, you got to be able to do it. And you got to be able to do it at lightning speed while someone else is trying to tear your head off and try to steal the puck away from you. It's one of the best sports in the world for this. Let's keep in mind that speed is the name of the game, okay? The reason why I talked about this is because I want you to focus now on stick handling. Your hands are going to be doing something, stick handling, but now I'm going to put you out of balance. The best way to improve our balance is to go out of balance. So now I want you to stick handle in front of your body on just your left foot. What does the right foot do? It goes backwards and you sit nice and low. Both knees are bent. Look at this, unathletic stance, unathletic stance, athletic stance. Everybody stick handle in tight on one leg. Good, now bring it to your forehand side. Good. Hold your balance. Try not to move around too much. Switch legs. Right leg. Put it in front. And go forehand side. Put it in front. Put it backhand side. Good. Can you bring it around your body while remaining on one leg? Bring it all the way around your body. All the way around the world. But you stay on that one leg. Nice. Okay, now hey, watch this. Have the puck on your forehand side. I'm a lefty, so I'm gonna place weight on my left leg. And now this time I want you to stick handle on one leg. 1, 2, 3 times in tight, so quick hands. The puck is on the heel. And then I want you to jump to the backhand side and switch to your other leg. Jump and jump. Jump, 1, 2, 3, and jump, 1, 2, 3. Okay, now here's what I want you to focus on. Some people are in an unathletic stance when they do this. They're kind of doing something like this, where they're just kind of stepping. I need you to stay solid, wide and low and solid. And then also, don't put too much weight in your stick. We apply a little bit of weight so that we can have that puck control, but we don't want to apply it so much that we're using it as like a second leg. We want to keep our weight in our most stable thing, which is our tree trunk legs. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, now hey, watch this. You are now gonna go forehand side and you're gonna bring it to the backhand. But in order to get there, I want you to cross one leg in front of the other and then step back. We would never do this and then this. We would never go legs, then arms, or arms, then legs. Watch this. Together, together. Go ahead, show me. Show me. Yes. Even if you have just a small space, you can do this. But if you have some width, go ahead and go wide. If you're on the ice or on some synthetic ice right now, what you'd be doing with your legs is stopping. You might be on one leg, then the other leg, then stopping on one foot, but I want you to actually drag your toe. of the other foot. We would never do this, one foot. In hockey, we would drag the toe, but we wouldn't drag it so much that our feet come together. We still stay nice and wide. Why do we drag the toe? That may seem unorthodox, dragging our toe like that. We're basically scraping it along the ground. We want to primarily stop on our left leg, but we drag the toe so that we have, one, a little bit of stability. You got some roots into the ground. And two, if I were just up on one leg, again, it's about stability. If I were on one leg, less stable. Dragging my toe can add a little bit of resistance, but also add a little bit of grip. Cross, and don't be afraid to drag the toe. Cross, drag the toe. Just never come into a skinny stance. Your crossovers, everyone, stop crossing just for a second and look at me. We would never do this, where we would cross and then place one in front of the other. We would never do this, where we would cross and there'd be limited space in between. We need space in between for stability. Right now, I'm stable. As I cross, my knees are bent, I'm still stable. And then when I get into the full crossover, look at this. I've got now weight here. My feet are right beside each other. One is not ahead of the other. They're right beside each other. And there's space in between. I'm solid. And then I get back to my backhand side or my other side, and I get back into that wide stance. Hockey stance simply means you're wide and you're low, and you are very difficult to be pushed out of that position. Let's get back to it. Cross, cross, cross. Okay, now hey, here's what I want you to do. Everyone look at this. Don't go so wide like this. Now, I want you to go really in tight. Watch, here's what I mean. This is what I'm gonna do without a puck. I'm gonna cross over. You're basically taking a step. Watch this. You're crossing over and taking 2 steps. You're crossing back, 1, 2. Cross, 1, 2. If I had a box right here, a box, I would cross into that box, and then I'd simply, both feet would step out of the box. I would cross into the box, and then both feet would simply step outside of the box. Now watch this. I want you to do it so in tight that you are not going leaning left or leaning right or leaning forward or leaning backward, but your weight is centered. Watch this. Now do that as you stick handle. Oh, I lost my puck. Get it back. Get back to it. Come on, quick, quick, quick. Get nice and stable, nice and solid. You should be on your toes the entire time. I now want you to do 2. 1, 2 to the left and 2 to the right. They should be not big ones, but in tight. 1, 2. You don't have to stick handle through the motion like this. We'll do that after. Right now, just keep it on the backhand. Keep it on the forehand. 1, 2. 1, 2. Great, now faster. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Can you do 3? 1, 2, 3. You got to do it really tight. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Now, hey, non-stop stick handling throughout. Ready? For every one crossover, there is a forehand backhand. Like this. Under the bookshelf. Get back here, puck. I need you. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I only have limited space, so maybe I'll do 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Show me how to do it. There's a few players that have their legs and their arms uncoordinated. It looks something like this. Legs and then arms. Or like this. Arms and then legs. Really try to keep them together. 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 Nice work. Everyone, take a rest. That's about the hardest you're going to work throughout the class. We're going to get into some advanced stick handling now. Advanced stick handling just simply means this. Normally when we stick handle with the entire length of our blade, where we're using the entire forehand and the entire backhand. And this time, and remember, we used just the heel when we wanted to make it really quick. Now, do you guys remember when I said showing the puck? What the heck does showing the puck mean? Remember, it means this. This puck is mine because it's right beside me. It's clearly mine. I'm basically doing this right now. If I had no stick in my hand, it is right beside me. It is in my hand. And what I want you to do now is I want you to do this. And I want you to show the puck. Now, last time the only thing that was touching the blade was the heel because we had to make it so quick. And this time it's the toe. So most advanced players obviously know what toe drags are. Toe drags used to be something that was very fancy in the NHL and pro women's leagues, and you would never really see it too often. Now you see it all the time. All the time. The reason why is this. The reason why we put the puck on the toe is because we can show the puck and then we can pull it in close to our body. I give the puck away. Remember how I said this? This is mine. It's clearly mine. You can see it's mine. It's right beside me. What if I do this to you? And I say, here you go. And I basically extend my arm. And then you reach for it. And then I do this. Nope, it's mine. And maybe I put it in my back pocket where it's very well protected. And you're essentially doing the same thing with your hockey stick. Right now, I want the puck right beside your body. Go ahead, stand up. Show me how to do it on the forehand side. I want you to imagine if you're in the middle of a clock. In the middle of a clock. Right in front of your toes and where your toes are facing is 12 o'clock. I'm a lefty. To my backhand side is 3 o'clock. Behind me, where my heels point, is 6 o'clock. And because I'm a lefty, to my left is my 9 o'clock, and this would be my forehand side. I want you to start by showing the puck in front of your body with only one hand. The other hand is tied behind your back. I want your heel lifted up into the air, and the only thing that's touching the puck right now is the toe of your blade. Now, hey, even though you've got just one hand on your stick, did you know that you can still flex your stick? You can still flex it so that it's got weight inside of it. Now watch this. All you're going to do is this. You are going to bend your elbow, and then you're going to punch out to the side. And that blade, look at my blade, it's now going to be facing you. And now watch this puck. I extend it and I show it and I say, here you go, it's yours. And then I do this. I bend and I punch my arm out to the side. Now look at my blade, it's flat on the ice. And look at how close that puck is to my feet. It is actually in between my legs. Well, you know what happens when the puck is in between your legs? It is very well protected. We protect the puck by keeping it close to my body. Unprotected, now it's protected because it's close to my body. When the puck is under my body, and I stick handle in tight here, that puck is very well protected. I can guard it with my leg. I can guard it with my butt, with my hip, and it's very well protected. Everyone show me how to do from in front of your body, which means it starts at 12 o'clock, and then it finishes in between your legs. It never comes off the forehand. This is called a forehand toe drag from in front. Show me how to do it. Look at me if you need a demonstration. Okay, now hey, remember we want limited separation. I can see right now, I've got the gallery view on, and there's a lot of players that are doing this, and they're letting go of the puck, and there is separation between blade and puck. The reason why we don't want to do that obviously is because we want them attached. Now watch this. Even though I've got only one hand on my stick, listen to this sound. I hope you can hear it. Listen. Can you hear that sound? I am flexing my stick with just the toe on the ice or on my surface. And now watch this. I punch and I can still flex my stick. So now watch this. There is no separation between puck and blade. And you know what? It never comes off the backhand side. Here's a common error. Some people do this. Forehand, backhand. That puck never comes off of the forehand side. Okay, now hey, if you know how to do this, that's great. Now let's move on to the next step and add some speed. Now, bottom hand supports everything that the top hand does. Now you can sweep it in faster. Now you can flex your stick so you have even more support. You show the puck and say, nope, this puck is mine. Keep the puck and the blade attached throughout. Go ahead. Get it in between your feet. If you're a lefty like me, Move your left leg out of the way as it comes in. Move your left leg back. Watch from this angle. I kind of slide mine back and it just goes up to the toe. Now, hey, how do we make the puck travel even faster? That's a very good question you may ask. Now look, top hand controls, bottom hand adds some support and speed. And now what helps is always legs. If you're a lefty like me, when the puck is extended out and shown, when you're showing the puck, lefties, put your left leg forward. And now watch this. You're gonna jump back and you're gonna spring your left leg behind you in order to move the puck even faster with the strength of your legs. And this will also help us when I want to maybe step around someone. Later, we're gonna be doing toe drags from the side, and I'm gonna have to get that leg out of the way in order to get the puck underneath my chin where it's very well protected. Okay, great, everyone. Now let's do it from the side of our body. Everyone look. If you are a lefty like me, when you want to rest, the puck is on the forehand side to the left side of your body. If you're a righty, then obviously it's to the right side of your body. Go ahead and do that right now and place it out to that side. And now let go of your bottom hand and tie it behind your back. And now this time you're going to do a toe drag starting from the forehand side. Lefties, 9 o'clock. Righties, 3 o'clock. And now this time, remember last time we did this, it started in front at 12 o'clock, and then look at my arm, it punched to the side. Now, you're gonna punch in front. My toes face you. It starts at 9 o'clock, and I punch my arm in front. And it is going forehand to forehand side. Start with one-handed, keep them attached. And let's see how fast you can rotate that hand in. Good, now hey, let's add some speed. Bottom hand, sweep it. How fast can you get it in? It's not this. It's this. Get it in. Get it in there fast. And now how do we add more protection? I'm gonna move this left leg out of the way and I'm gonna slide it back so that, look at my blade. My blade finishes parallel with my toe. They finish parallel with each other. So now check this out. And now I get it right into my, if I'm a lefty, I'm gonna get it into my right skate or my right foot. If you're a righty, check it out. You're gonna slide your right leg back and it's gonna finish as close as you can to your left foot. And now if you want, add a bit of a spring. Don't just do this and look at my legs, step. But now I want you to actually thrust, push, generate power off that left leg and jump to your right. Look at my arm. Some people are having some difficulty, I could see. We are going from forehand, not to the backhand. We're going forehand to forehand. And how we do that is that punch. Starts here and then punch. Look at it from the side. I start here and then it punches in front. Watch again. From here, punch it in front so that the blade can finish nice and flat. Great. Everybody, doing toe drags from the forehand side, we have a few options. From 9 o'clock from our forehand, from in front of our body, and we're gonna try something. We're gonna do one other one. We're gonna do it from the backhand side, but it's a forehand toe drag. So look at this. Last time I had you do this, starting it on this side. We're gonna now change the drill, and I wanted to bring the puck to the backhand side. Go ahead and do that now. But now, the puck will only move from the forehand toe to the forehand. So now forehand to forehand, but it's on the backhand side of my body. This is the forehand side of my body. This is the backhand side of my body. The puck is never gonna touch the backhand. You're basically doing this, forehand to backhand, but you're eliminating the backhand and you're just going forehand to forehand. Show me how to do it. If you're a lefty, 3 o'clock. If you're a righty, it's from your 9 o'clock. Rotate that wrist. And remember, you can do this and get your heel up high into the air. You don't have to do this. You can get it very high and you can still flex your stick. Great. Now let's do it with 2 hands. And if you want, get a bit of a bounce to your step and use your legs. All right, okay. Hey, great. We are gonna use that later for something, and it's called toe drag stick handling. We're basically gonna be stick handling forehand to forehand. Then we're going to be going backhand to backhand. That's called a backhand toe drag. I'll show you that in just a second. We are now going to work on snap toe drags. A sweep toe drag is one where the puck and the blade stay attached throughout. From 12 o'clock, from 9 o'clock, from 3 o'clock, whichever one. But now I want you to do a snap toe drag where they detach. When I flex my stick to do a snapshot, sorry, I know my computer just glitched there. If I do this and I separate the blade and the puck and I sweep, but I hit that puck, listen to this sound. It makes that snapping sound. And when I do it with a toe drag, it would do the same thing. I want you to detach, but look at this. This is a whack. I have no weight in my stick, and all I'm doing is making that snap, that whacking sound, not a snapping. We're gonna do what's called snap toe drags. Snap on a full blade, snap on the forehand. The only thing is, yes, the blade and the puck detach, but the blade never detaches from the ground. Here's what I mean by that. Flat blade stays in the ground, and now you have just the toe. You're basically going to do this, and it will never come off the ground. You'll never do this. It'll never come off the ground. But now I want from 12 o'clock, snap, snap. Don't be afraid to get your heel high up into the air. Not like this, but this. Go ahead and show me snap toe drags. They're very quick from in front. Look at my top hand. Watch this hand. Snapping a lot. Quick, 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 quick. Show me how to do it. Great. Everyone, let's maintain that athletic stance. Wide and low. Look at this. Unathletic. Athletic. Now, show me it from your forehand side. So, lefties from 9 o'clock. Righties from 3 o'clock. Let's see if I can do it. Yes. Almost. Snap, snap. Make sure you're still flexing your stick. Great. These are called snap toe drags. And if I wanted to add them into a deke, in 2 weeks on Friday, January 21st, same sort of thing as what we're doing here. We're doing a deking class, and I'm going to show you how to show the puck, step around someone, add in a quick fake, add in different leg movements into your dekes, because our legs can be equally deceptive as what our hands can be. And when we get into that deking class, if you want, you can sign up for it afterwards. But when we do those, oftentimes we do something that's called a snap toe drag, and we show the puck. So when I do that, right now, if I do a toe drag and I try to step around someone like you, and I just do a toe drag from 9 o'clock, and then I step around that player, there is no fake, there's no deception. There is just puck protection, definitely. I'm showing the puck a little bit to the side. I'm protecting my puck, and then I'm stepping around the player. But with any good deke, there's a little bit of a show. You show it. So when we get our snap toe drags down, they are so good for a deke. One of my favorite dekes is called the forehand toe drag slip. We'll work on it on January 21st if you're around. I show the puck, I toe drag it in, and at the same time as I toe drag it in, this leg comes forward. I'm already on my way out. I show it, I toe it, and then I'm out. It's one of my favorite dekes to try to step around someone. Instead of just toeing it, I show it, then toe it, because that showing will allow me to add some deception. Now, all of a sudden, when I do this, someone goes for the poke check, and then I do this. See you later, bye, and you step around them. So the showing is so important. And having a good snap toe drag, whether it's from the side, or from in front, or even from the backhand side, is one of the best ways you can do it. Everybody, I don't care if you do it from in front, from the forehand side, or from the backhand side, show me your best snap toe drags. Let's see it. I'm watching. Why are we getting into the advanced stuff? Sometimes we might use it in a game. Oftentimes, I want to keep this really central as a point. When we stick handle in a game, oftentimes, it is basic forehand, backhand stick handling. We throw in a toe drag when we are playing one-on-one, maybe, and we want to add some deception. We throw in some quick stick handling on the left and then fake to the right, or whatever we got to do. Stick handling maybe just on the heel. We throw those in only once in a while. Even when you get up to the highest elite level, watch NHLers. It is very basic forehand and backhand stick handling. We only throw in the advanced stuff when we really need to be able to protect the puck quite close and underneath our body. So here we go. The next drill is we are going to now stick handle as tight as you can to your body. So when you stick handle, I want you to now bring the puck to the toe. I want you to choke up a little bit, bring your elbow up high, and I want you to try to get the puck as close into your toes as you can, so that once we do show it and then toe it into our body, we can even control it from here. Now, I want you to bring it around your body. Bring it from behind, on the toe of the blade. How tight can you do it? Tight, tight, tight to your body, and just small little stick handles. And now try to really make it effective. Don't just whack it back and forth, but make it effective. Now throw in a toe drag. Show it, toe drag it in, whoops, and then try to get it as close as you can under your body and stick handle when it's really close. Great, let's see it. In this particular position, we're vulnerable because look at my legs. It wouldn't make much sense to get too wide. I would have to be a bit skinny, but you can still be nice and solid. Connor McDavid, this is Nathan McKinnon. This is what Nathan McKinnon looks like when he's skating. He's wide and he's low. He bends his back and he looks like a truck. Sidney Crosby, he's about the same height as me. He's wide, he's low, but he's maybe a bit more casual in his stance. Connor McDavid, he's skinny and tall, but he puts so much weight into his legs and he's got so much spring when he crosses in and out that he doesn't have to get too wide and too low. He can still be thick and solid, but do it from a skinny position. So even though we're in a skinny position, I want you to still be solid in your feet and on your toes, still have that spring. Everybody, the next drill is one of my favorite drills. We are going to add this forehand to backhand, but now we are going to do it with a quick toe drag. Watch this. Show it, toe it, forehand, backhand. Show it, toe it, forehand, backhand. And now what I want you to do is turn everything into a snap. Snap, snap, snap. If you look, you are making the letter L. Watch this, super slow-mo. It's beside my body. I show it. It goes toe drag in, forehand to backhand. Now watch this. Try not to do the toe drags, then the forehand backhand. Try to do a toe drag, forehand, backhand. Toe drag, forehand, backhand. Show it, toe it, forehand, backhand. Watch this. Can you go faster than me? Quick, quick. And now go ahead and use your legs. Look at my legs. Watch as I do it. Watch my legs. I move my left leg out of the way. Every time I toe drag, I move it back and then go forehand, backhand. Get a bit of a bounce to your step. Don't be afraid to get your heel up nice and high. Rotate that wrist and get it up there. Watch this. We are moving the puck from the front pocket on the forehand into the backhand side, but now I want it to go front pocket into back pocket. Everyone start with one hand, as we always do. Start on the front forehand side, on the toe. It is going to move to the backhand side, but into the back pocket. So where's that puck going to travel? Watch mine. It travels underneath my legs. As a lefty, I have to move my right leg out of the way. If I move my right leg out of the way, then it can slip underneath it. Now, the quickest way is to make this puck move. Watch me. Bend your elbow in and snap your top wrist down. Snap that top wrist down. If you do those two things, even with one hand, you can move that puck so fast into the back pocket. Now, hey, watch this. You can see my puck right now, right? But right now, it's in my back pocket. Can you see it? No, it's more protected. As you're stick handling, I don't want it to go from here to beside your body. I want it to go behind you, way behind. Let's add the second hand, and look at my hands, add a bit of a sweep. Forehand side, front pocket, into backhand side, back pocket. Everybody, slide that bottom hand down, snap that wrist, and bend that elbow in fast, and that puck will move quickly. Get it way back there. Get it way back there. That's very good. Let's add the legs. The legs always add some speed. As a lefty, I put my weight on my left leg as I show it. And now watch this. I put my weight on my right leg, and I get nice and wide, and I sweep it way back there. Left leg, use your legs and spring off of that leg. Very good. Next one now. What happens if I want to move the puck from the backhand side, front pocket, into the forehand side? It's different. Last time we did a tuck. Remember what a tuck means? It means you're letting go of the puck and the blade. If I want to move it on the backhand side, it's different. What we do is a backhand tuck. So check this out. Puck's on the backhand, and I bring it way back to the forehand side. You're essentially just doing this, backhand to forehand. And what's going to make that puck move really quickly is a bottom hand pull. Watch this bottom hand. It pulls it in quick. Forehand side, front pocket. Backhand side into forehand side, back pocket. Front pocket to back pocket. Everyone look, I want the puck moving from north to south. North to south. Forwards, in front of you, to behind you. What always happens now is our legs always help. The puck is going to start on the forehand side, right beside me. Now, in order to, before you move it to the backhand side, front pocket, watch my legs. I want you to pump that leg forward at the same time. So now watch this. You pump it forward, and now what this is going to help me do is it's going to help me spring off of that leg and pull the puck from north to south quicker. And it's also going to support this bottom hand's motion. I start just in a casual forehand side position. Watch this leg and watch the puck. They both show early, and then you spring it back. You are a player right now, and if I wanted to try to get around you, I might start leaning left to say, hey, I'm going to go around you to the left. But if I do this to you quickly, then all of a sudden it says, hey, I'm going to now go to the right. If I just move my legs, that could be a good fake. If I just move my hands, that could be a good fake. I move it in front, I show it. But if I move my legs and my hands and then spring it back, it allows for so much spring action. Here's the drill, everybody. Check it out. Forehand, snap it back. North to south, north to south. Look at my legs. My toes are facing you. I'll pump that right leg forward if you're on a lefty, and then snap it back. If you're a righty, left leg gets pumped forward, and then snap it back. Hey, it is all about that bottom hand. Snap that bottom hand in quick. What your practice should look like, if I were you, my practice would look like this, without losing the puck. One right after the other. Reset, pump. Reset, backhand side, pump. Make sure it's going north to south. Okay, hey, everyone stop. Take a look. Look, look, look. Forehand side, front pocket. Backhand side. This is my backhand side. Front pocket. Here's my pocket. You can see it. And my stick is now pointing to the backhand side, front pocket. Put the puck into that backhand side, front pocket. Start with it right beside you. Bring it over to the backhand side, but then I want you to pull it straight back behind you. The best and fastest way to do it, spring that leg, snap it back. It's almost like we're making a V. When I did the forehand side, it looked like this. When I do the backhand side, it looks like this. If you combine those two things, it's like I'm making the letter V. And if I start adding the legs in, the leg pumps forward and then back. Forward and then back. Let's try these V's. Backhand side, forehand side. Use your legs. Backhand side, north to south, and then forehand side. Everybody, look at me right now. We have 15 minutes left of practice. You have right now improved your stick handling, whether you like it or not. If you did not work hard today, no matter what, your stick handling got better. But if you worked very hard, then your stick handling got damn good today. So good work. You are putting in work right now that maybe a lot of players are not. One of my favorite things of learning about Kobe Bryant after he passed away was just how much hard work he put into his practice. He, as an NBA player, he'd be practicing playing for the USA's the Dream Team, like their basketball Olympic team, and everyone would be getting up at about 10 or 11 o'clock, or they would be getting to their first practice about 10 a.m., 11 a.m., something like that. And they would all meet together and do some team practice. Kobe Bryant was up at like 4 a.m. or something like that, something ridiculous, 3 or 4 a.m. And he would practice from 4 a.m. to 6 a.m. He'd go home. He would then, for another 2 hours, he'd have an opportunity to spend time with his family and with his kids. He'd then go back to the court, and from 9 a.m. until 11 a.m., he'd get in another 2-hour practice. And then at 11 a.m., the rest of his team would show up. He had 4 extra hours of individual hard-working practice where he is sweating like the way you are sweating right now. And he had all that extra work in before these other guys, who are also incredible basketball players, before they even stepped onto the court. Kobe Bryant, he went that extra mile, and he was one of the best players ever to ever play basketball. An absolute superstar. And it actually does take, everyone's heard you practice like you play. You need to practice like you play, absolutely, at the highest level, but you also need to practice a lot. You, right now, have put in an hour and a half worth of work, and it was specifically on your stick handling. Whether you like it or not, your hands got damn good today. Let's keep making them good. We have 15 minutes left. We are now in the second half of the third period of a hockey game. And right now the score is 2-2. We are playing a damn good hockey team. And they're beating us to the puck a few times, and it's a good scoring game. We got 2 goals, they have 2 goals, but it's a tie game. Me or your coach puts you on the ice and they say to you, hey, we need a goal. We can't tie this game. Maybe it's a tournament. And if there's one tie in a tournament, you can't make it to the finals. Everyone, or maybe we're playing in a tournament and this is the final game. This is the championship game. It can't finish in a tie. It has to finish with one team winning. Everybody, we are in the second half of the third period. You've got 3 more shifts left. And now I want you to play those shifts like they mean something like a championship tournament game or an Olympic level tournament game. Imagine as if you're playing for your country's hockey team and you're playing at the Olympic level, and every single person in your country is watching you, and you're about to be put on the ice. And now, despite the fact that we're just doing stick handling, I want you to have that in mind. I want you to stick handle like it's the last couple shifts that you're going to play in this all-important game. The next thing that we're going to do, let's finish strong. One of my favorite things is finishing strong. Finish with a sweat. Don't finish until it's all over. We're going to now move on to that thing that we were talking about, where it's backhand toe drags. Everyone watch this. Place the puck right now. Go ahead and stand up. Place the puck on your forehand side, and you can have it in the front pocket if you want. And now watch this. You are going to do this. It's just like this. You're going to move the puck from the forehand to the backhand. You know how to do that. Show me how to do that. Forehand to backhand. Great. Now watch this. Put it on your forehand. And now in order for it to go to that side, I want you to now flip it to your backhand. And you are going to do what's called a backhand toe drag. You're going to move the puck from the backhand to the backhand. This is called a backhand toe drag. Start with it on your forehand side, in your front pocket. Simple. Looks like I'm getting my picture taken, but I'm in an athletic stance. Now before you move it to the backhand side, watch me from this angle. Can everyone stop before you do a backhand toe drag? I'm going to show you how to do it really, really well. My hands, look at this cross section. You can see my body's on this side of the puck. There's the puck. Everyone watch. If I just go backhand to backhand side, there's no deke involved. I want to throw in a deke to move that puck from backhand side to backhand side. Otherwise, what the heck are we doing this for? We might as well just move the puck from forehand to backhand and just keep it simple. The reason why we want to go backhand to backhand is because this is an advanced level deke move. If I do this to you and I lean on my left leg and I pump my arms out, you think I'm going to go around you to the left here, but then all of a sudden, in a half a second, I go in this direction. What sells the deke, what sells the move is not this, it's this. It's the pump of the top arm. Pump it, and now the puck is cleanly on the backhand side, and you're going to bring it to the backhand side. Now, you can do it one of two ways. Instead of just doing it with your hands behind the puck, you are now going to pump your arms in front of the puck. So the first thing is this: pump your arms before you bring it to the backhand. Pump your arms out, place it on the backhand, and now you can keep the puck and the blade attached and sweep it from backhand to backhand. Or what I like to do is give it a snap. I pump my arms out and I give it a little tap where it goes snap, backhand to backhand. Here's what it looks like from the front in super slow-mo. Ready? Pump, snap it. Watch this. Oh, I keep losing it. There it is. Here, pump, snap, backhand to backhand. The pump, I want you to lean your head in that direction, and then the snap, bring it back to this direction. This is one of my very fancy dekes that I might pull only a few times, but man, I am starting to use it so much more in a game because it sells so well. I'm going this way. No, I'm going that way. And it's so quick, but you really have to sell it with the pump of the arm. This is called a backhand toe drag. Show me how to do it. Ooh, I like it. Okay, stop, stop, stop. Look, a lot of players are doing this. You're keeping your hands here and just going to the backhand. You have to, look at this. Cross check someone in front of you. Pump those arms out. That's the first thing. Then go on the backhand to backhand. Watch from the side. Look, look, look. Not this. It's this, then this. Pump the arm, then backhand to backhand. That's what I want. Everyone, watch this. You are going to now move. You're basically going to do this. Forehand to backhand. And you're going to stick handle. But to move the puck from the forehand side to the backhand side, you're going to reverse things. You're not going to go forehand to backhand. You are going to go backhand to backhand. You're going to do a backhand toe drag like you just did. And now, hey, how do we move it from the backhand side to the forehand side? We're not going to do the easy way, backhand to forehand. We're going to do it the hard way. You're going to go forehand to forehand. This is called toe drag stick handling. Here's how we do it. From the forehand side to the backhand side, follow with me. You're going to go backhand to backhand. You're going to do what you just did, a backhand toe drag. To move it from the backhand side to the forehand side, you're going to go forehand to forehand. Listen to my voice. Backhand to backhand. Forehand to forehand. Backhand to backhand. Forehand to forehand. Now watch this. If we do it fast, it looks like this. Backhand to backhand, forehand to forehand. Backhand to backhand, forehand to forehand. Before each one, I want you to bring it to a stop. Here's what I mean by that. Don't go backhand to backhand and then immediately go right into it. Bring it to a stop. Then go forehand to forehand. I want each of them to not be a drag, 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 but I want it to be a snap. Snap, snap. snap to give, snap to receive. Listen to this sound. And now listen to this sound. Even a snap when I receive it. I snap to give the backhand, but then I also snap to receive it. Listen, 1, 2, 1, 2. Watch this, backhand to backhand, forehand to forehand. Let's see if you can do it. Toe drag, stick handling, in tight. It almost looks like you're doing the letter X in front of your body. Let's see if we can do it. You do not get something today, that's totally fine. The first time I wanted to be a firefighter when I was in high school, so I did a co-op placement for my very last year of high school. And I went into these fire halls, and you guys are doing really good, by the way, very good. And when I went into the fire hall, one of the things that I had to learn how to do was learn how to tie rope knots. A regular rope, but I had to learn how to tie these knots. Firefighters, man, they know their knots. They actually know a lot of really cool skills. And one of them was tying knots. So one of the firefighters was very patiently on the Thursday teaching me how to tie knots. I couldn't do it. I was so frustrated with myself. There was like, I don't know if you know this, but there's like hundreds of different types of knots that you can have. Boat knots, things that you tie to the harbor, things that, like there's certain ones, okay? And it's good to know a lot of different types. The first time that I did them, I had no idea, like my hands were not coordinating with my brain. I couldn't do it. I was only practicing about 7 different types of knots, and I couldn't get a single one. I went home, I slept, I went back. The first thing I did as soon as I got into the fire hall, 8 a.m., get to the fire hall, I pick up the rope, and I could just do it. All I needed was a little bit of time, a little bit of a sleep, a little rest in between, and all of a sudden, my brain digested what it had learned the day before. The first day that I learned to snowboard, man, my butt was blue, and it was purple and green after a couple days, and it was because I kept falling on it. 2 skis, beautiful, just like skates. I could ski very quickly. Snowboarding, I had to go sideways down a mountain with my feet glued to one thing. My brain couldn't figure it out. This was about 15 years ago. And the second day, I was a little bit better. The third day, I was keeping up with all of my friends who were very excellent snowboarders. All I needed was practice, obviously, and 2, I needed rest and time in between. I just needed a day to go by. I needed to sleep. Even while I was sleeping, I had the weirdest dreams. I was having dreams about falling off of my snowboard and rolling down snowy mountains. And all of a sudden, man, I woke up and I could just do it. I could just do it. And you can do the same thing. If you have these toe drags right now, and this toe drag stick handling and all of these drills that we've done, especially all the advanced stuff, then obviously amazing for you. If you haven't gotten them down yet, don't worry about it. I want you to all, please do this for me. If I could give you some homework, but I promise it's fun homework. It's not math or anything else that a regular school teacher might give you, but it's hockey homework. That sounds pretty fun. I want you to try a lot of these drills. Any ones that you can remember, any ones that you enjoyed, or any ones that you had difficulty with, I want you to go ahead and review them. I'm going to edit this video. I'll get on my laptop tonight, I'll edit it, and I'll send it all to all of you tomorrow, and you'll have the video link. So if you want, you could follow along to this exact same video, this same thing, and you can kind of just skim through each of the drills, and you can say, ooh, I want to practice that one again. And you'll have me right in front of you teaching you how to do it, and then we can do it together or whatever. And so you'll always have that video as a review. But don't be too frustrated with yourself if you haven't gotten some of the drills. That's my main thing that I wanted to say. Remember how we did backhand to backhand? We started the puck on the forehand side. Now, everyone, one hand on your stick, bring the puck to your backhand side. Can everybody do this? Show it on the backhand, on the toe, and with one hand in your stick, I want you to sweep it back so that it finishes on a flat blade. Toe in front to a flat blade. The toe of the blade, the puck is on the toe of the blade, and then I bring it to a flat. And all I'm doing is it is just riding up and down, north to south, and it never comes off the backhand. There's no separation between puck and blade. and it's just riding up and down my body. Why would we use this? Everyone check this out. I used to love making this move. I'd fake one side. I'd make a nice deke. I'd fake to the backhand side. I'd try to step around the player. I'd put the puck into the back pocket with one hand on my stick. I'd use the other arm to protect the puck. I'd use my butt and my hips and my legs to protect the puck. I'd push into that player. I would push them out of the way, and then I'd give myself a nice breakaway or a nice chance to score. This is one of my favorite moves. This is called a backhand toe drag from the backhand side. This is a backhand toe drag from the forehand side. This is a backhand toe drag, one-handed, from the backhand side. You could, of course, do this with two hands, but I want to test you and see if you can flex your stick with just one hand on your stick. I'm putting weight into my stick. Flex, 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 all the way through, and that's what's helping it move. Now, hey, everyone look at me. Here's how we're going to make the puck move faster. Look at this. I want you to rotate your trunk, use your hips, and I want you to use your legs and get a bit of a spring. Watch my legs and my hips. My hips are actually going to help move that puck even faster than what just my hands would do it. Cindy just did this. Good job, Cindy. She did this. When she pulled it back there, she stepped that leg out to guard. Imagine these bunk beds as a player. I show it, and then I do this, and I guard. And that's what we want to do. Two fun ones. Start with the puck on the forehand side. Toe drag it so that it's behind your body into your back pocket. And now look at me. If I were here, I'd pull it way back here so that it's behind my body. This puck has very clear eyes. It can see my right foot very easily. And what you're going to do is what's called a forehand tuck between the legs. Top hand bends, top hand snaps, bottom hand slides. This is all about the bottom hand slide. If you slide that hand down, that puck will hit off of your right foot if you're a lefty, and then you kick it back in front. This is a nice deke. If you want, you could just start with it on the forehand side, toe drag it, slip it through, and then you step around the player. Watch this, I'm faking left, and then I put it in my back pocket to protect, and then I go to the right, and I say, see you later, and then I go down the right. And if you're a lefty, obviously reverse those sides. Here's what adds, everyone, go ahead and try that, but now I want you to try it with one extra thing, showing the puck. Watch this, watch this, watch this. Show the puck, then toe drag it. Most players are just doing this. They are just toe dragging it back. And I want you to add a little, ooh, remember this, remember this, remember this. Instead of just having it, and then pulling it into my back pocket, and then tucking it between my legs, I'm gonna do this first. I'm gonna say, here you go. Then I'm gonna pull it back, and then tuck it between my legs. So show it first. And you're gonna show it with a forehand snap forehand, like this. Snap, snap. So watch this. Push it forward, push it back, step it through the legs. Push it forward, push it back, slide that bottom hand down. Tuck it between the legs. Okay, now watch this. If you want to do it as fast as me, here's what it would look like. Try it. Okay, next one. Hey, watch this, watch this. If you want, you can show it, toe it, forehand to forehand, forehand to forehand, or you can do this, backhand to forehand. And then you can tuck it between your legs off the forehand, like we just learned, or you can do this. You can bring it to the backhand side too. If you want to get extra fancy, this is called a backhand tuck between the legs. Show it, and you can go forehand to pull it back, or you can go backhand to pull it back. But then once you get it here, flip it from forehand, toe to backhand toe, and then tuck it between the legs. A backhand tuck between the legs. Show it, toe it, flip to the backhand, tuck between the legs. Show it, toe it. Make sure that puck can clearly see this. Slide that hand down, even though it's now just on the backhand side, and then tuck it between the legs. And one more is this. I want you to stick handle right now, smooth as day. I want you to pretend. I want you to stick handle, and it should look something like this. If you left me for an hour and you said, Sean, I'll give you $1 million if you continue to stick handle like this for an entire hour, would you be able to do it? I'd say, yeah, I could do it. I could do it just like this. I could do this for an hour for $1 million, no problem. Everybody, I want you to stick handle comfortably at a comfy speed. And what I want you to do is I want you to imagine something. Get a bounce to your step. Rotate your top wrist. Don't go too fast that your wrist starts to burn out. Flex your stick as you know how to do it. But what I want you to do now is the simplest thing. I just want you to stick handle as if the stick is a part of your body and the puck is a part of your stick. Most people only stick handle for like, I don't know, a minute or two. It's okay if you lose it, just get it right back. There's good stick handle for a minute or two, or only 30 seconds, or only 2 seconds. And then they take a break, and then they try something else. Can you stick handle like this for an hour? Everybody, some of the best basketball players, they dribble to school. They dribble all the way to school. And then if they allow it, if the teachers allow it, they sometimes, I know a guy who was like the star basketball player. We're just gonna keep talking as we go, by the way. Keep going with me, keep stick handling with me. He held a basketball in class, in his desk, like he just held it in his hand while we were doing work. He wasn't allowed to dribble with it, it would just be disruptive. But he became one with his basketball. Everybody, you can stick handle with toe drags. You can now stick handle with backhand toe drags. You can do it with tucks in between the legs. You can do in tight ones. You can do fast ones. You can toe drag it from north to south. You now know how to stick handle with a puck all the way around your body. You have just become one with your puck and with your stick. And now this puck is now cleanly a part of your body. Everybody, you guys have done so well today. An hour and a half of stick handling is a long time, but you should be very proud of yourselves. You guys have done a lot for your game right now. And when you get back onto the ice and you start playing in your games again, you now have a pretty amazing skill set that will allow you to excel in the game of hockey. When you stick handle, like you just did right now for that 3 or 4 or 5 minutes, feel like it's a part of your body. And if I asked you, get into a comfortable position, get into a spring, and you should be able to do it all day if you wanted to, as if that puck is a part of your body. Everybody, awesome job.